everyone's doing well today. This week, thank you for hitting those bugle or party streamer emojis. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, gamers. Or gamer, as the case may be. There's probably only... Yo, what's up, Pancake? How you doing, man? How you doing? Appreciate you. Hope you had a good Thursday. There's two. Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah, sometimes YouTube lies to me.
We're not done here, Smith.
But I hope your Thursday was better than mine. We have an annual audit at work, and just every year, we deal with a lot of donations and stuff. So, understandably, we do and should face public scrutiny. But I was very much not looking forward to it. But it was just a busy day. We had a lot of crap going on. Oh, dude, you spammed the event all night? Dude, more power to you. But yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic that the new Black Flag is going to be good. I'm looking forward to it, man. Not drunk. Well, the new part of the next part of the event, you can't do it until the 10th, right? Or no, not the 10th, the 8th. Like, it doesn't actually start till tomorrow. At least I thought that's how it works. I could very well be wrong. You feel free to correct me. Okay. All right. So also, I had initially planned for 4 to be my next AC playthrough on stream, but because the remake looks so good and it's coming out so soon, I was like, well, maybe I don't. But I wanted some sea shanties, I wanted some naval combat, so I decided to play the not next best thing, but like, something kind of similar.
Shay, it is good to see you again. Your friend Hope said you were away.
I was. Sir, I've come to collect the results of your experiments.
Oh, well, it's a very good thing then. I just finished fixing the prototype. Here you go. I was preparing to leave for Philadelphia and then Europe. I was invited to lecture in London. Oh, would you be so kind as to inform Mistress Hope?
Of course. God, Hope. What are you doing with these felons?
It's also expensive, but I hope they don't take what's perfectly fine. Oh, yeah.
What a-
We'll see. We'll see.
Something the matter, Master Cormac?
No. Yes, just old memories.
When I am issued new recruits burdened with regrets, I tell them the surest way to lose them is with gunpowder.
Yeah, but I don't know how much they'll actually add.
Right, Colonel?
I'm kind of... They might add, like, a couple, like, small side quests. I don't think they'll add that much, but I could be wrong. I could be pleasantly surprised.
This prototype seems very powerful. Use it with care, Master Cormac. Our intelligence says this thing can destroy certain fortifications, as well as injure several enemies at once. There is also a more subtle way to use it. Some of these grenades contain a strong sedative. Fire one into the crowd and they will fall asleep immediately. We should test this new weapon. Use it against that door. Go ahead, Master Cormac. Shoot the door. Good work. Good work. I think you are ready to turn this new weapon against the ruffians who would have used it. There is an abandoned factory nearby hiding a dangerous poison. Right now, it only causes sleep. But I fear those outlaws are distilling it. A more powerful formula could sicken or perhaps even kill Mr. Enoch.
That's my first target.
Be careful, Master Cormac. We understand that the ingredients are highly unstable.
All the better.
Sorry, guys. I got, like, a frog in my throat I can't quite clear out.
Why mess with it? Maybe I could break the whole system.
So they're basically giving you some more side stories with the pirates. Okay, that's I'll take it. I'll take it. hopefully it's worth a damn. Like I said, it looks like it could be fun. Oh yeah, Blackbeard was a great character. Absolutely.
He's getting away. Must I do everything? This is dangerous. This is dangerous. We were on the right track. Get him. Resist. Not in your best interest. Desist. He's around here. Hey, what are you doing here?
Alright, let's see. We still need to put some people to sleep. I'm liking that they let me just, like, put the same people back to sleep and still get an account.
This is dangerous.
Oh, they're definitely gonna let you, like, buy, like, cosmetics. Absolutely. But they'll have, you know, obviously they'll have real stuff too.
Are you crazy?
But yeah, Black Flag, man, that was probably one of the games of that generation.
Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I have a shot, ready to fire. I can hit him from here. Ah!
Oh yeah, yeah. God, I forgot they did that. Jeez. All right, dude. Come on.
Hey,
Well,
what
battle
are
or
you
not?
doing here? You can't slip away from us, you mangy dog! Bells! Bells! He's getting away!
Must get out, or I'm as good as dead.
Easy peasy.
Ah, what marvelous destruction, Captain. I saw the smoke all the way from the Morrigan.
That should discourage those miscreants. New York is safe for now.
With all due respect, Colonel, it's going to take more than a few explosions to get rid of this kind of trouble.
The boy is right, Colonel Monroe.
Oh, there'll definitely be a lot of nostalgia people, but then, yeah, even more gamers now than there were
I'm
then.
Jack Wicks. This is William Johnson. I don't know about him, but I'm pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
It is, terribly dusty here. I'm sure Shay can recount his adventures to us over a pint. Hey, the first round's on, the Colonel, huh?
Something the matter, Master Cormac?
Just a little confused. I must have breathed some of that gas.
Some ale will do you good. Come, we are all friends here. We'll be taken care of.
Alrighty. Excuse me.
From the Colonel.
Dear Master Cormac, my apologies for the brevity of this missive, but it is time we were honest with one another. You have demonstrated your loyalty and resourcefulness to the Templar cause. And this despite, and perhaps because of, your assassin origins. The manuscript the assassin sought has been in my possession for some time. I reclaimed it when my men found you marooned. The Grand Master himself charged me to discover its meaning, a task I regret I have failed to complete. I leave it in your charge, Master Cormac. There is no one else I trust more. Now I leave for Fort William Henry, an ill-prepared garrison surrounded by hostile natives and the French army. We have requested reinforcements, but I doubt they will be forthcoming. I have no illusions that our resistance will be successful. I commit my life to the British Army, and my soul to the Father of Understanding. Yours, Colonel George Monroe.
Speaking of, let's see. I guess this is the Ubisoft stuff. I can't remember. Oh god, that DLC. I've not streamed that. I have played it because I platinumed AC3, but dude, that thing in the remaster, oh, it's so buggy. It's so buggy. It is brutal, man. Brutal. That thing crashed like every episode. And the last boss fight was just stupid. I loved it. But it was a mess. Nice, dude. You work in a museum? Hell yeah. I have a history. I have a BA in history, but I work in IT. I have a friend who manages a very small rural museum, but he has a master's. So.
How do you mean, in trouble?
He's at Fort William, Henry, facing impossible odds.
Get off your lazy asses, lads, and man your stations! We raise anchor! Sorry for the early libation, Captain. But you realize that it's been a whole year since we met? A whole year! Changed my life, you did. And for the better. You will forgive me if I have been celebrating without you.
A whole year. Yes. I've a question for you. How long have you known of my, well, former allegiance?
Oh, you mean the assassins? I knew that ages ago, Shay. I may be drunk, but I'm not blind. Or did you think I was an escape from some homicidal circus? Ready, Captain!
Brace yourself!
Back off or she'll blow us out of the water!
Take a hit, sir! Fire!
Your end is nigh!
Incoming ship! They're giving chase!
More
Fire!
power,
Keep
sir!
out of her cannon range!
They hit us, sir!
Fire!
Weakest right there,
Fire!
sir! Awaiting orders, sir!
Fire! Fire!
Captain, put a shot through!
Douse the royals and tops!
Get out of range!
Brace for impact!
Wait a minute!
Brace! Drive them down!
Let's board this and repair our ship. 20 people a day isn't terrible. Especially if it's not quote-unquote big. Is it like, is it a museum for where you live, or does it, like, have another topic? Is it like the history of, like, a county or a city, or, you know, is it like a museum of, I don't know, beans, or a museum of, cotton, or something like that?
Well, the Colonel wanted us to avoid the subject so it wouldn't influence your decision making. You saved my life out of pure selfless instinct and helped countless others besides. If it were up to me, I would have made you an official Templar months ago. Incoming fire!
Douse the garlands and royal!
Ease the main!
Fire!
That's their weak spot! Take the hit, sir!
Break!
Report! Where is he hurt?
Loose all! Let's move! Fire! Brace for impact! Fire! Fire! Amongst the way!
Nice. Okay, it's about a war in a specific region. Yeah, we got a couple of those. We got a couple of Civil War ones. We got a couple of Revolutionary War ones. Hell yeah. We have a couple that are both because they're just like, you know, about like a specific county. Come on, here. Puckle gun! Love the puckle gun! Hey, we got him. Yeah, it's yeah. I love that they upgraded it to the puckle gun, which I don't think was ever actually like widely used. But that's a gun. They did a meme about it a couple of years ago, because he designed it to shoot like small shells, but also he designed square or cube shells for the purposes of fighting the Turks and other heathens, as he called it, which was very funny.
Keep us afloat, sir! And use the mortars on her!
Fire!
This, damn it!
Blues up! Taser sticks!
Reef the mains! Blew up, gallant!
Fire!
We're shot there!
Fire!
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 Avoid her ram at all
Oh, nice. I do want to go to Gettysburg someday. I've been to Arlington. And I've been to Fort Sumter. I've seen the Hunley. Oh yeah, I believe you're correct about the puckle gun. Yeah, it did not work as intended, at least initially. All right, so we have defeated that convoy, and also.
You must have a story to tell.
That brig that came up while we were fighting. I do need to repair and all that with the fleet. Including rewards, unlock Admiral's Lion pistols and complete the Barbados mission. Hell yeah. Okay.
Captain Cormac has the win! What is the news from Fort William Henry?
The garrison is surrounded, and reinforcements are late.
General Montcalm has been blazing a path across the colonies for King Louis, hasn't he?
I rather wish he'd stayed home with his mistress.
His or King Louis's?
Either, though I suspect the king's is finer.
Indeed. Madame O'Murphy is supposed to be quite the charmer.
I know Murphy is in the French king's bed. Now I know you're pulling my leg. the yards off the wind! Top gallant! Loose and catch the wind!
Mains loose! Let me out then!
Heave! Heave!
I can use this ship to repair. Plus, they got a little bit of booty on there that is actually useful. Wood, stone. Ah, very easy, very easy. Let's repair the Morgan a little. Yeah, too bad I don't have an 8K TV. Although I have an OLED. I have a OLED for my my main monitor. It's a shame you guys can't see it, but because the capture card does not get higher than 1080p.
They're coming after us, sir! Schooner by the rigging!
We are clear, Captain.
They're all alone, sir! Ease off the wind! Loose all and trim sharp to the wind!
Loose topsails, gallants and royals!
Floating cargo for the taking, sir! There's the gallants and royals! Flew up! Flew up!
Very true. Dude, I will say, like, I don't like the newer Assassin's Creeds the same way I do the old ones. There are parts I really enjoyed about Odyssey and Origins. Not so much with Valhalla, and I haven't played Shadows. Mirage was okay, but I really, those games just look so good. Like the environments, the worlds, just the atmosphere of them looks incredible. But then it's just not the same as janky old normal Assassin's Creed. Let's sell all that tobacco. Let's go ahead and complete the rowboat. I also want to get some more. They definitely feel grounded, although, to be fair, they do include an option to just turn off the HUD. The problem with that is, at that point, the world is almost too massive unless you just know the game back and forth.
My thanks for your trust, Captain.
But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Business here.
Come
It's
on,
Philip the
you
Spaniel.
young people, and listen to my song, which I'll unfold concerning gold that guides so many wrong. Young Emma was a servant maiden, loved to sail He plowed the main mast boat to
Yeah, you need... It's kind of hard to... You need, like...
He plowed the main
What's it,
mast
Osman?
17
I don't know. What's the best way to describe it? You need fun glitches, not like game-breaking glitches like Unity had at launch. Like the ship rising from the ocean, or just like the square, the hitbox for the ship missing in the ocean. Those are fun glitches.
Go there and stay the night, and there you wait for me. I'll meet you in the morning. Don't let my parents know that you're...
We have seasoned veterans among our ranks here, and yet we're... Welcome. Do come in. I'm here most days, should you return.
the line. Stand firm. Show those corrupted toes that you stand for something. Such grace, such skill. This is a good cause we saw him.
Fight back! Don't let the brutes win!
Show us what you have.
I always side with the underdog.
That is a brave fighter, that one is.
Now that's bravery!
These are difficult times. Death is floating around like a fog. We don't have enough supplies to help everyone. The trade routes are too dangerous if you want to travel them.
Have a good one. Appreciate you coming out,
Down once and for all someday.
Pancake. Tomorrow I'll be over on Twitch at around the same time. And then Saturday I'll be back in either this or War Thunder, and then Sunday it will be this or War Thunder, whichever one I don't play Saturday.
I always side with the underdog. From a
That should serve as an inspiration to us all.
I like it when someone stands up for their beliefs.
No.
I hope you put up a decent fight.
Viewpoints, Viking Swords, gang headquarters is under here.
One more for me.
Do your job for
him.
once and
You
arrest
there.
this
Stop
lass.
right now.
All right, let's do this, boys. I'm not gonna fuck it up this time. I swear. Now I actually should be able to do it quick enough. Back on the ship.
Anchor
Alright.
away!
And now, I think we got a thing fixed here. Or not fixed, but like a mission completed. On with the story, unless we see another juicy prize to take.
Captain Helm!
Close down! Catch some wind! Spread our wings to the wind!
Loose sails! Let's catch the wind!
Leave her, Johnny, leave her.
Tomorrow ye will get your
Pay.
and it's time for us
to leave her.
Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Oh, the wind was foul and the sea ran high. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. She shipped it green and none went by, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave
Looks like a
her.
ghost ship.
Oh, leave her, Johnny,
cargo
leave
for the
her.
taking, sir.
For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. I hate to sail on this rotten tub. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. No grog allowed and rotten grub, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave
her.
her. Oh, leave
Leave her, Johnny, leave her.
As much sail as you can!
Full sails!
Twas a cold and dreary morning in December, and all of me money it was spent, and where it went, I swear I can't remember. So down to the shipping office I went, the paddy lay back, taking your snack. Take a turn around the captain, heave a pole. About ship's station, boys, be back. About the rise around the hole. Well, it seems there was a great demand for sailors, for the colonies, for Frisco and for France. Well, a ship that owed the limey burnt the hunt, and got legless the mainsails into the wind! Let's catch sail!
You wish you'd drowned long ago!
Your life's at an
Furl
end.
all sails!
We got a
Bring them in! Let out some sail! We should reinforce the Morrigan with these supplies, Shay.
Warship incoming, Captain! Schooner!
Loose all and trim Creeping on tops! Ease off the wind! All in our sail!
The ram will be useless!
Fire! Fire!
Ready to fire, sir!
Mains out! Let's go!
Loose the mains! Half sail!
Fire!
That's their weak spot. Take the shot, sir! Ready to fire, Captain!
She'll ram us!
Fire! Fire!
Just say the word.
Trim us off the wind! Fire!
He's right, sir. Should we...
Loose and catch the wind!
Jump into the drink when you can!
Oh!
Yeah, let's salvage that one.
The mortars!
Warship incoming, Captain!
Ow!
Red ships, Captain! We're all alone, sir!
Put a shot through her there.
Fire!
Waiting orders, sir.
trip too.
Cargo adrift, Captain.
And we were fishing off Haysboro Line, shooting and holing in
To your post! Captain, we have trouble on our tail. Schooner! The French! They seem to be on their own, sir.
Fire! Get them aloft! Stouts on sail! Get the maids free!
Maids loose!
Wanna dock, please.
All down! All down!
Away anchor!
Yeah, let's upgrade the hull armor. Are you shitting me? Ugh.
Shay, you are a sight for sore eyes.
Jack?
Colonel Monroe surrendered to General Montcalm. The French and their Abenaki allies took Fort Henry. Johnson was supposed to bring reinforcements here.
I don't see anyone else.
The Abenaki are restless. They don't understand the terms of surrender and refuse to heed Montcalm. The colonel and his men were released this morning. They're walking into an ambush.
Wait here in case Johnson arrives. I'll protect the colonel.
Thank you.
Maybe I can finally repay my debt to him. I hope I'm not too late.
Well, there goes that bonus. Ah, come on. Ugh.
I hope I'm not too late.
From the shadows I strike.
Good work, men.
That's the last of them.
Master Cormac,
Sir, we must hurry. We should bring what's left of your men to the Morgan.
a welcome offer, Captain Cormac. Follow me. Safe passage is ahead.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened at Fort William Henry?
Poor planning and poor luck, I am afraid. Montcalm was able to bombard us for days.
Damn frog.
Actually, he acted with great honor.
Yo, what's up, Nath?
Parley, he returned an offer far more generous than anticipated. We kept our arms, and more importantly, our color.
Only to walk into a trap.
I would hardly expect the French to defend us. Would you?
No, I wouldn't.
You continue to prove your loyalty to the Templars, Master Cormac. Risking your life for me.
We're not out of the woods yet, Colonel. As for my loyalty, well, I do owe you, don't I? You saved my life. Gave me a second chance.
We have been working together for a year. During that time, you have rendered many great services. Whatever debt you imagine you have towards me is paid, wouldn't you say?
Perhaps.
Live! Attack!
cover!
Keep together, men!
I'll take out as many as I can.
Come on, man. You won't attack! Fucking Christ, finally.
All right, Colonel. Keep your men moving. I'll scout ahead and signal if there's trouble.
A sensible strategy. Very well.
But yeah, that is a good WC Fields quote. Oh, come! Swear to God. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. It was working fine earlier for Pancake. He was able to hear me fairly quickly. Maybe it's a mix. Oh my God. What is going on with the... 30 seconds. That's a little bit longer than normal. Usually it's only about 15-20 seconds.
I blade your flesh!
Hurry. Segawatha will not relent.
The Segawase. You know this man, Master Cormac.
Aye, Colonel. He is one of Achilles' men. An assassin, as I was.
So they know I am a Templar. And now this assassin knows you live.
And work with Templars. I'm no fool, Colonel. The assassins will come after me next. We're both targets now. You know that's a trap, right?
Indeed, Master Cormac. But we have little choice. We survived French cannons, we will survive this.
What the frick?
This way! I'd like to... I have a shot. Ready to fire. I can hit him from here. Come, follow me.
What the fuck?
Loose the sails!
You heard the captain, men! Let's get out of here! Move! Move! See!
I owe you my life, Master Cormac.
As do I, Colonel.
We have much to discuss. However, I must tend to my troops.
Sir, I will accompany you to Johnson's trading post at Onokwaga.
Then I shall depart at once. Master Cormac, meet me there.
Get the maids free!
Let's see. Where do we go now? Where do we go now?
All sail, shelter!
As I walked down on Broadway one evening in July, I met a maid who had betrayed in a sailor shot, said I, and it's the way you stand in, my dear Annie.
take out that fort later.
Douse the rise and tops! Reef! Short no sail!
Alright. Alright, I'm slowly remembering how the naval campaign goes in this one. Let's just do another upgrade on the... Well, you know, we haven't upgraded the front cannons. Let's finish those up. OBS, what are you doing? OBS is acting weird as shit today. Oh, that's okay. All right, before I continue with the mission, give me 1 second, gamers. I need to use the restroom. Also, I probably need to grab a drink. 1 moment. BRB. All right, we're back. We're back.
So, Colonel, it seems my life is an open book to you.
Men from my regiment found you delirious and half-drowned. I did not know who you were, but what you were was obvious. I brought you to the Finnegans for care. Their late son was one of our order.
Master Johnson was furious.
It was a risk, but I suspected you might have left your brothers behind.
Colonel, the manuscript, why return it to me?
Because, Master Cormac, you earned my trust. It could not be in better hands.
Respectfully, sir, I'm more of a target than you now.
Gentlemen, Kesigawase is rallying to storm Albany. His allies threaten a friendly Oneida village, and French troops have already entered our territory.
Might be able to delay the French.
Well,
and
hopefully
help
it's
the
stopped
Oneida.
when you're in, Knife.
We will ready the defenses in Albany.
If we are to defeat Kesigawase and his allies, I need to help the Oneida and see what I can do about the French.
How much lumber do we have to build defenses?
Hardly a bean's worth.
Captain has the helm, sir. Well, not to pry, but would you happen to know if Kesigawase has any weaknesses?
He hasn't any. He was a scout and mercenary long before he joined the Assassins.
May Lady Luck be with you then.
I
I make my own luck.
The Colonel exerts a certain amount of control over the army, or part of it anyway. But we'll need both the soldiers and their native allies if we're to set up a proper defense against Kesegawase.
Segawase has allies in every tribe that sided with the French, as well as many others. Trappers, hunters, scouts. We'll need all the help we can muster.
Fall down and clue up.
Anchor away!
What was different about that than the last one? I ask you.
Stay alert, men.
Thank you. I mean it, sir. Stop you! Time to die!
My blade, your flesh!
Well, I mean, the 7 Years' War, which is what the French and Indian War is called everywhere else, was basically started by George Washington when he was like a young officer with the British. He ended up getting captured, and that ended up helping kicking off the war. Now, the war would have eventually started regardless. But it's how he got famous in the U.S. Like, that was one of the reasons he got appointed our commander, because of what he ended up going through with the,
How do I get into that cave?
Thank you. I mean it, sir.
There's a very good book on the
Venerable
French and Indian War / 7 Years' War. It's called Crucible of War.
My name is Shay Patrick Cormac. I am a friend.
A friend indeed. You have the gratitude of my people, Shay Patrick Cormac. For as long as you shall walk this earth, you will have a place here among us.
My thanks.
It is I who thank you, young man. Would you be so kind as to walk with me? I am called Onata. There is a legend among my people. It tells of how the land under our feet was born, and how good and evil came into this world. The Sky Woman scattered her wisdom throughout our land. If you follow her path, you shall learn the true history of our people, and perhaps even uncover the reward locked within this cave. If you are the hero I believe you to be.
You honor me, Venerable One.
It is you who honor us, Shay Patrick Cormac. Farewell.
Very true. The Germans living together in relative peace? Who could imagine?
Captain how's the hill?
Let out some sail! As much sail as you can!
Loose sails! Let's catch the wind!
Think we could flatten those stays?
Trim the yards off the wind!
trouve le moyen de renverser.
If it weren't for the weather, I would actually enjoy myself.
You make it out alive. Yeah. I'm supposed to get married next month.
Motherfucker. The British soldiers suck. They died immediately.
Si nous déplaçons nos hommes sur le versant de cette colline, ils nous ont...
Quel Vincent, j'en ai assez de ces sang et de la glace. C'est tout ce que le nouveau monde m'a apporté. Quel Vincent, j'en ai assez de ces sempiternels escarmouches.
We have to rip them out of cover.
Allez, ne vous laissez pas distancer!
Many died today. Fortunately, most were on the other side. Our might is unchallenged. This most were on the other side. It was a bloody battle.
Ces innocents! Je vous en prie, ne tirez pas!
Our might is unchallenged. This whole continent is ours to take. I lost many brothers
Je
today.
suis innocent, ne me faites pas de mal!
Well, Yugoslavia, the Slavs have different, like a big, well, some of them have a much different language than the others. Also, they never really considered themselves one people. Whereas the Germans, like, you know, they were all German. They just had different people that they pledged allegiance to.
Ships may come and ships may go as long
Loose
as the
and
sea
catch the wind.
But a sailor lad just like his dad, he loves the flowing cold. A woman ashore he does adore, a girl who's plump and round.
Well, part of that, I mean, some of their languages are mutually intelligible, but then there's some that are not, right? I think that some of the languages are easier for some of them to understand than others.
Back's ashore, he'll make his way to some old boarding house. He's welcomed in with rum and gin, likewise with pork and scouse. They'll spend an
Also, you know, part of what is now Yugoslavia was once under a different empire. Like, one was under the Austro-Hungarians, some were under the Ottomans. So they developed differently in terms of, like, you know, a lot of different things.
for India or Japan. In Asia, there the ladies fair, all love a sailor man. He'll go
Although, to be fair to myself, I don't know quite as much about Yugoslavia as I should. But it was an artificial creation. It was always an artificial creation. And one of the reasons Tito was able to keep the peace is because, like, you know, he didn't try to make them all one people. He just, you know, made them all wear their get-along shirt. Also, like, you know, say what you will about the Germans, like, they had, you know, a few years of, like, multiple German states. Like, you know, you had Prussia, you had Saxony, you had Hanover, you had the Austrians. There, you know, say what you will about the Holy Roman Empire, at one point that was technically the German state. How unified it was, you know, that's a completely different thing. You know, but at one point the Germans had been relatively united under one, you know, under one political entity. That was never the case with the Southern Slavs. Well, yeah, you had Bavaria, was its own thing. But Holstein was actually Danish. Schleswig, as the I believe is the German part of that. I believe. Now, the German Empire conquered Schleswig and Holstein, but I'm pretty sure they returned Holstein to Denmark after World War II, but I know they did after World War One, but I can't remember that part. Also, before the Germans unified politically, they did have a common economy. What's the thing that Bismarck set up? The Zollverein? Like, they had a common market. one of the reasons Austria didn't end up leading the German unification push is because, like, look, we can't be emperor of the Germans and, you know, keep the rest of our imperial holdings. Like, if we want to hold on to our Slavic stuff, we can't, like, overemphasize German stuff.
Enemies firing!
Spread our wings to the wind.
More sail! Give me more sail!
Take care, sir!
Yeah, I think after World War One, they gave it all back to Denmark, but then after World War II, I think the German half did go back to Germany, if I remember correctly. But I need to reread about post World War I Europe. It's been a while since I read a good book on that subject.
Crowd it all on.
Loose sails! Let's catch the wind!
Reef it all tops.
Squall, pick it up,
Ease
Captain!
off the wind. Haul it all sail.
Because remember, the Germans did technically consider the Holy Roman Empire, at least the later period, they did consider that the First Reich. I mean, that was like the first empire. And then the second empire was the Hohenzollerns, and then the third, obviously, well, we can't talk about that. YouTube will kill me. I don't want to get got by YouTube's moderation.
Arrête-toi!
What the fuck was that?
Je l'ai obligé! Proche de te toucher! Ah, tu peux plus t'enfuir, rends-toi!
Although I guess Charlemagne's empire could technically have been the first, but I mean, technically speaking, the Holy Roman Empire was part of that. So it's a mess. It's a mess. Obviously, a lot of that kind of thinking about the German Empire was invented like during the Hohenzollern period, but. Or like that period of German nationalism. But they weren't independent. Like, I mean, they were, you're correct, they were de facto independent, but they all, at least nominally, did pledge their loyalty to the emperor, and they did pay taxes to him. Now, it wasn't a lot, and they always grumbled about it. You know, but like, the Holy Roman Empire was very decentralized, but there were efforts to centralize it several times throughout German history. Plus, you had different you know, a person may have been born in one place, but they could move to another area and, like, establish residence there. And plus, like, you had a lot of big economic centers, like the free cities that were dependent on the emperor keeping them independent. At least legally. If not, you know, de facto. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of infighting, obviously, during that period. But they weren't. A lot of those guys, they weren't really trying to be independent per se.
What do you be needing today?
They just wanted more rights within the empire, for the most part. I think Frederick the Great's probably like the big outlier there. He was definitely not. He was definitely not caring about German, the rest of the German states. But he was a Prussian nationalist, which kind of made him an odd man out. Yeah, I mean, there were problems after the fact. Like, there's been a huge problem with, like, economic mismatch between the East and the West. But yeah, you're right. There was very little political violence.
My thanks for your trust, Captain.
But also, Eastern Germany was, like, completely broke, so they really didn't have much of a choice. They were kind of screwed if they did, or screwed if they didn't. Plus, their citizens hated their police state. Or their police apparatus, the Stasi. Their you know. I mean, you think about it, they were only separated for what? 50 years, if that? Like 45 years, somewhere in that range? When did they reunify? Was that 90? They were in talks before they did it.
Captain has the hair!
Loose and trim too.
Loose topsails, gallants and royals!
The waters roar, Jack, safe and sound and home again. Let the waters roar, Jack. Sun the rolling main, and we're safe ashore, Jack. I'm gonna fast travel here because I turned the wrong direction.
Captain's help!
Clears down! Catch some wind!
Floating cargo for the taking, sir.
Plus, you know, just as an example here in the U.S., I mean, America was a united nation for like 87 years before it broke into civil war. Because people, well, some people valued their citizenship to their specific states over, you know, the collective identity of the United States. Again, that's not to say that, you know, slavery was not the primary contributing cause of the Civil War. It was, but there was also, you know, there were other factors at play. And, you know, if some other states had joined, you know, say, like a state, just as an example, like, not that they ever would have, but like Indiana, if they had declared independence from the United States, there would have been a lot of people in Indiana who would have prioritized joining their own state's militia and army over the federal government army. Not all of them. But because of that, and because of the Civil War, you know, that did eventually lead to people kind of disregarding that identity as a primary factor of identification, and they just in general became U.S. citizens.
Damn the devil! What happened here?
Segawase.
Of course,
We are too late.
No.
the big contributing
Fort Frederick's
factor
is
of like
nearby.
establishing
I'm sure the Colonel can hold it.
you know,
You heard the captain,
a
lads?
U.S.
Make haste!
like nationalism was the Spanish-American War.
Unfurled, mates! Let's move!
The nationalism that took place during that period basically completely put a kibosh on, you know, any kind of loyalty to a state over the federal government, at least so far. Obviously, history is not ended.
All down! All down! Keep her safe while I'm gone, Gist.
Aye, Captain.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there are international interests that would be very nervous of a pan-Arab state. But also, you know, the closest thing, what, was the United Arab Republic, Syria and Egypt? They had problems of their own. It wasn't just internationally.
Halt! Stop! I have a shot. Ready to fire.
Stop you!
Steer him into the next patrol!
Where would your capital be? Are you going to be a federal system or like a centralized state? What's your national language going to be? Like, obviously there's common Arabic, well, you know, standardized Arabic, probably. But, like, how strictly is that going to be enforced? I hit the dodge. Damn, I thought I was moving.
Keep her safe while I'm gone, Gist.
I'm
Also, what about religion? Like, are you gonna allow complete religious freedom? Like, all that shit would have to be answered, you know, if you guys wanted to have like an actual pan-Arab state, even if you got through all the international stuff. Well, Italy achieved it through war, you know, against Savoy. Was it? Yeah, it was Savoy. They went to war against the other Italian states. Plus, they did have help from, you know, Italian nationalists, you know, in those states. Garibaldi, obviously. He was not a fan of monarchs, but he still fought for unification under, you know, the royal family. Then they had a war against Austria for the Austrian provinces in Italy. France also helped Italy unify. France was a big military ally of Italy. And Germans, they tried to unify themselves in 1848. Like, they had the... they tried to do like a United Kingdom style constitutional monarchy, and they offered the crown to the Hohenzollern monarch, but Bismarck turned it down. But Bismarck was able to unify Germany through war against the Austrians, the Danes, and then the French. The French are a great target to get the Germans fighting on the same side. But also, the people living in those places, like, there was overwhelming support for, you know, from the people living in those areas to unify. Pan-Arabism was very popular, what, during the 70s? 60s and 70s? Well, hell, from the 50s to the...
This is Kasegawas's work, isn't it?
I believe it is, but I've not yet seen the devil.
What, 50s to 70s? 80s?
Manuscript.
You keep it safe. Bring it to the Morrigan. That's an order.
Who are you to give me orders? I outrank you.
I'm not part of your army, Colonel. I'll take care of the defenses until you get back. Kasegawase.
You truly believe you can best me, traitor? You are a dog! Get out of here! You truly believe you can best me, traitor? Burn! You truly believe you can best me, traitor? Templar dog! Burn!
What the... I mean, you know better than me, Nate. I don't live in the area. I just don't hear anything about a pan-Arab movement anymore. At least not in the news.
You truly believe you can best me, traitor?
I know,
Templar dog! truly believe you can best me, traitor? Templar dog! You truly believe you can best me, traitor? We trained you well, traitor!
Kisigawase. It didn't have to be this way.
It did. You are an enemy. Achilles will see you dead.
What he's doing is wrong.
Who are you to judge? The Templars will fail. You will fail. Monroe is already dead.
What do you mean?
Liam.
Hold there! The Colonel was heading for the docks.
A huge man with an axe was chasing the Colonel!
Put out the flames before the fire spreads!
The Colonel! He's trapped inside!
Help! Save the Colonel!
The manuscript. An assassin took it.
Liam. I'll get it back. I swear it.
Shay.
Well, you never know, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that was, in the end, that's what killed it. You had different strongmen in every region, you know, who would play up, you know, the idea of a pan-Arab movement, you know, for propaganda and political purposes, but they all saw themselves as the head of the Arab world. And obviously that can't work unless everyone's pulling in the right direction. And you just got, you know, so many people trying to basically pull the center of the Arab world in different directions. Even if you didn't have international people, you know, putting their weight behind that not happening.
Do you swear to uphold the principles of our order? And all that for which we stand?
I do.
And never, share our secrets, or divulge the true nature of our work?
I do.
And to do so from now until death, whatever the cost?
I do.
Then we welcome you into our fold, brother. You are now a Templar, harbinger of a new world. May the Father of Understanding guide us.
May the Father of Understanding guide us.
Do you understand now?
I'm starting to see why you're so interested in Shay Cormac.
Shay has seen the true face of the world, and he has chosen his path accordingly. A similar choice will soon present itself to you.
I did not think you'd get this far, but you seem to be on the right track. We still can't access the servers in the basement, but there's another one located at the top of the building near Melanie's office. That's your next stop.
Could you stop by my office? We need to have a talk.
Well, that's the rub. Setting up the democracy.
This office used to belong to a man named Olivier Garneau. He was my predecessor as Chief Creative Officer of Abstergo Entertainment. Otto Berg is a representative from our parent company, Abstergo Industries. He's showing you the true history of the world, just like they showed me. Olivier was kind, he was intelligent and passionate about our work, but a year ago, he caught a glimpse of this truth. They never found his body. This is not the way we normally bring people up to speed on these matters, but you've worked hard and are proving yourself, so I'm granting you level 2 security access. The servers on this floor should unlock more of Shay's memories.
François Macandal saved Baptiste from slavery and inducted him into his so-called brotherhood. Macandal was a vicious mentor, and in his desperate attempt to liberate slaves, he broke his own creed by indiscriminately killing nobles. Misguided as they are, some assassins are honorable. Macandal was not one of them. Thanks to the calculating genius of Madeleine de Lille, the Templars made an example of Macandal by way of public execution in 1758. His pathetic excuse for a brotherhood quickly fell apart. When his comrade and childhood friend Agathe fled to Louisiana, Baptiste saw the futility of his former life in Macandal's brotherhood. Madeleine saw Baptiste's potential and instructed her Templars in New Orleans to strike a deal with him. If he could draw Agathe out of hiding and eliminate him, he would be granted a place in the Templar Order. Although Baptiste was killed by the assassin Aveline de Cambrai, his path clearly demonstrates the inherent superiority of Templar ideals over assassin terrorism.
I've got your animus ready and waiting.
The first civilization entity known as Juno re-emerged from the Grand Temple in New York in December 2012. Although no longer a corporeal being, she exists as a kind of digital consciousness somewhere in the Abstergo cloud. To accomplish her goals in the real world, Juno uses two types of people. The first is another precursor consciousness that emerges in a human being at random. This person is commonly known as a sage. Juno also holds sway over a group of disciples called the Instruments of the First Will, who believe it is humanity's natural role to serve the first civilization. Abstergo is currently using the First Will as a cheap and hands-off way of acquiring pieces of Eden and other relics. However, I suspect that the reverse is also true, that they are using our resources to locate objects that will help them further their own goals. I do not trust them, but for now, all I can do is have DaCosta monitor their activities. Juno's motives are unclear. Although she has made one attempt to possess a corporeal body, she appears to be more powerful as a digital entity. Agent DaCosta fears that should humanity ever achieve singularity, the fusion of humanity and machines, Juno would become unstoppable. Ironically, it is Abstergo itself which is driving civilization in that direction.
Smooth move, numbskull. I've got the next set of Shay's memories loaded up and ready to go.
We are nearly there. Know that you are aiding a worthy cause, even if you do not yet know what it is.
You're saying that Violet didn't have to yell at us for not fixing the elevator before she did?
Ugh, kill me now.
Fine. I would, but she would just have you brought back to life and put you back to work.
I don't even have to do that. I've already done that. All right. Well, I think this is a good place to stop it here for tonight. Let's see. It is 8:30. I'm going to go ahead and call stream here. We'll be back on this probably Saturday, and if not Saturday, Sunday. And then we'll do War Thunder on whatever the other day is, Saturday or Sunday. I don't know yet. And then tomorrow I'll be over on Twitch. I'll be doing Breath of Fire 2, Part 2. And I'll be uploading probably in the afternoon over here on YouTube. I'll be uploading Part 2 of Breath of Fire 1 from Twitch. I'll be uploading the VOD over here on YouTube. But anyway, I will see you all, I guess, tomorrow. And Nafe, appreciate you coming out tonight. Good luck with your Pan-Arab dream state. It would be nice. The world would probably be a little less hectic if if more countries were a little less autocratic. But it is what it is, unfortunately. You just got to live in the world you're in and make what improvements you can when you can. But also want to thank Pancake for coming out as well to our other lurkers. Appreciate you, gamers. But we'll be back tomorrow. Hope you all have a good night. We'll see everyone next time. Peace.